You cannot carry heavy things. You should sleep more. No working, no household chores, no washing your hair, no bathing with regular water, no bare feet, no cold food, no air conditioner, no going outside. Cannot cry.
These are some of the important rules to follow when choosing to do Chinese confinement. I'm Taylor, a 33-year-old new mom who just gave birth in Hong Kong a few months ago, and this is what my life looked like after that.
麥冬茶辣風草 You cannot pee.
Oh gosh.
Can make more meal.
My hair is fighting back. Postpartum looks different all around the world depending on what services are available and the customs and traditions practiced.
This box is sent to every mother and it comes with everything that you need for your baby for the first year.
I noticed that here in Asia, a lot of attention and resources are given to women after they give birth, especially when compared to where I'm from in Canada. For example, in Japan, mothers are given a big congratulatory dinner and are taken care of in the hospital for 5 to 14 days. In South Korea, parents can check into a postpartum hotel with a wide variety of services available, such as massages, hairdressers, and baby-related classes. And then there's many places and cultures that do some form of confinement for different lengths of time. Here in Hong Kong, many mothers opt for Chinese confinement, known as yuet, which translates to sitting the month.
Where are you going?
I thought I'd get the stroller, take Maria out for some fresh air.
I am sorry, honey, but you can't. During 坐月子, the new mother can't leave the house for a month.
What?
According to traditional Chinese medicine, the significant amounts of fluid and blood loss during childbirth cause the body to go into a state of yin, or cold. Therefore, we need to warm it up because when yin and yang are out of balance, the body is more prone to getting sick. So the purpose of confinement is for the mother to restore her body, have a stress-free environment to bond with her baby, protect against any potential post-delivery health problems, and eat special confinement foods. During this time, some women get help with the traditional practices from their mother or mother-in-law, but this can cause strain on the relationship, especially if the woman feels forced to do things. So nowadays, a lot of people choose to go to confinement centers, which can be pretty pricey, or more commonly here in Hong Kong, hire a yuet, or a confinement nanny. When I told my friends I was pregnant, one of the first things they asked me was, are you doing confinement? Will you be hiring a yuet? They all swear by them. So I began to do research online, which honestly yielded mixed results. Some people had very positive experiences, some people didn't. I think what seems to be key is having the right person next to you. So meet Carol.
Hi.
She's taken care of over 100 moms and babies during her 12-year career. Not only is she an accredited yuet, she's also very knowledgeable in breastfeeding and lactation, massage, and she's a teacher in body wrapping as well as yuet training. After signing the contract, we kept in touch and I could ask her any questions at all during my pregnancy. And then about 2 weeks before I was due, she came over to the house to check that we had everything we needed for the baby. When I went to labor, I just sent her a message and she was already here waiting for us when we arrived home from the hospital with tea ready for helping me to breastfeed and serving us a meal she carefully prepared. I feel like I was really mentally prepared to stay home for 30 days because of the past 2 years we've experienced. And honestly, it wasn't boring at all because there was so much to do. Feeding occurred every 2 hours or so. Then there was all the practices to complete, food and drinks to consume, scheduled naps, learning about and bonding with my baby. I was kept super busy and time flew by really fast. I had heard you weren't allowed to turn on the air conditioner and I was really worried about this, but that wasn't the case for me. It was actually encouraged for me to turn it on so that I could keep the baby and myself comfortable. It was just advised not to have the vent blowing directly on us. So you can have the air on, but it is recommended to cover up the body, especially the feet and shoulders.
I'm pumping right now. I knew this was coming.
Yeah, don't get cold.
Some women even go as far as to wearing hats and scarves indoors.
Even though at home, hair, scarf, and then jacket.
Even though the weather is warm.
Yeah.
I chose to wear light breathable pajamas with either the matching top or a t-shirt and fuzzy socks. The food was probably one of my favorite parts about confinement. Carol had asked me ahead of time if I wanted to do the full traditional Chinese menu. I told her yes, I want to experience everything, and to that she was surprised and a little bit skeptical. She said we could try everything once, and then if I didn't like it, we could change or adapt it later. So with her arrival came an abundance of Chinese herbs and medicines, as well as different pots and pans that I didn't have that she needed. My stovetop became really full, and the pantry that I carefully organized during my nesting phase turned into a Chinese medicine cabinet to assist Carol with the many soups and teas and bath water she was to prepare.
And this one gives you more iron.
One of the most important things to consume during confinement is red date tea. This tea is said to be full of many benefits for new mothers, from boosting milk supply and blood circulation to calming nerves, relieving pain, reducing water retention, and preventing anemia.
This is today's tea. So this is the tea I drink pretty much every day, right? It's made from these ones?
No,
or is it
these
different?
ones
Oh,
yeah.
I just
Last
recognize
time I
always
take-
these ones.
Yeah.
Every day, Carol would make a version of this tea for me. Another day, another tea. What is today's tea different?
The orange peel,
Orange peel. Oh yeah.
and then this one. Matong make your body inside the fire easy to come out. Butter make your body not too much wet.
So remove the heat and the
Yeah.
dampness.
Yeah.
And then the orange peel is for milk production and
Your digestion.
digestion.
Yeah. Yeah. Last night I massage for you. Your back so wet because
Yeah.
inside. So
Today you did it. So basically every day she checks over my body, she can massage, and then she will adjust the next day accordingly to what I need to drink or eat to help my body. I sipped on many cups a day for the entire month. Later, I was introduced to Shenghua Tang. Carol said I have a special treat for tea time today, because I've been such a good girl. Yes, I drank all the soup.
the Chinese name.
Oh. I just did a bit of research on what this is, and it's a Chinese herbal soup or tea for mothers after childbirth to promote blood circulation, relieve pains, warm the body, and aid in the uterus recovery by cleansing out the blood and all the other stuff that comes out with it. So this is apparently the tonic to drink after birth, according to Chinese culture. Like, it's the one you must do. But the smell is so pungent. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's so bitter after.
Yeah. So I say cool down first.
Yeah. Oh, I can still taste it. It's lingering.
Yeah. You cannot slowly drink it. Cannot. You cannot breathe.
No, as soon as you breathe, it like magnifies. Wow, so strong.
Okay, eat the corn. Can you serve?
My treat is corn.
You cannot eat too heavy food, you know? This corn is so special. It's white one. It's not yellow one, okay?
I was thinking, oh, maybe I get like some candy, some chocolate. That would be really nice. I'm not allowed that in confinement though. She gave me a piece of corn, a piece of sweet corn. This is my treat.
Yeah,
good.
right? Very good.
Besides tea, I was also introduced to many medicinal soups that were tailored to my personal healing journey and my form of delivery.
Today's soup, what do we got?
This one and this one make more milk.
Okay.
And then this and that one take out the water from your body.
And then there was the ultimate lactating soup, the fish papaya soup. Another one I found interesting was the highly concentrated chicken broth.
It's currently 9 p.m.
What are you doing?
I prepare the chicken juice
Yeah, it's like an
for
essence.
tomorrow morning your breakfast. You need to put the bowl inside here, and then the juice go in. Ginger, no water.
That's it.
That's it.
So we leave overnight
Yeah.
on the fire?
No, there.
Ah.
The
And the
electric.
next day, Carol opened up the lid and all the essence was at the bottom.
Oh, and you lift up the bowl.
Yeah, the juice inside.
Wow.
See?
It's kind of similar to a bone broth. All of the minerals and vitamins and nutrients from the chicken and its bones are condensed into like a small amount of broth.
That's it.
This is for Tom. This is for you.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh, it's yummy. Everything feels very nourishing and good for the soul. My diet was adequate in everything, but I'd say there was a really strong focus on fats and proteins. A lot of the foods were either steamed or stir-fried in very little oil, a lot of fish, leafy green vegetables, steamed rice, and then a lot of beneficial ingredients were added on top, such as sesame seeds. Every day, Carol put some black sesame seeds on my rice because she said it's good for hair loss. They provide copper, magnesium, calcium, fatty acids, iron, zinc, phosphorus, B1 vitamins, amino acids, selenium, and antioxidants, which are vital for a nourished scalp and hair. So black sesame seeds can help combat damage to cells in your body, which cause gray hair loss, and wrinkles. And then they're used a lot in Chinese medicine for anti-aging and stuff. Goji berries were also often added on top of dishes for eye, liver, immune system, and skin support. Cordyceps, these are interesting. They're parasitic fungi that grow on the larvae of insects and eventually kill their host. They have been used for thousands of years in Chinese medicine to treat fatigue, sickness, inflammation, and aging, and they can be extremely expensive.
This cost the flour, not expensive. But the raw, it's expensive.
Yeah, like 2,000.
Yeah. 6,000, 8,000.
Yeah.
Depends on how big.
Oh, but this one is the flour,
flour,
so
yeah.
it's not as expensive.
Yeah.
A lot of warming ingredients such as Chinese cooking wine, sesame oil, and ginger were used. And there is also a lot of focus on foods that are said to help increase milk supply, such as peanuts, millet, papaya, sesame seeds.
Can make more meal, okay? It's good for you.
Items that were restricted were fruits. There were some warm fruits that I was allowed to eat as long as they weren't stored in the fridge. Oranges I did eat, but it was heated up and served to me in tea form. Deep fried foods or really oily foods are not allowed. Anything too salty or too spicy.
Oh, everybody is enjoying McDonald's.
Or too sweet. Seafood wasn't on the menu, or any foods that were deemed cold. Good morning. I am craving my granola. I ate this so much when I was pregnant, and I really want it now. So I figured out a way that I can eat it during Chinese confinement. We're currently on day 11, so I'm allowed to eat a little bit more than I was before.
So I'm heating up some oat milk, therefore it's not cold. And then I'm gonna have some berries that I've taken out of the fridge for a while, so they're also not cold.
I guess the point of the meals was to refuel the body, but also keep it in a very balanced Zen state. So nothing that would induce bloating, gas, more water retention, inflammation, or irritation. I know that eating raw or slightly cooked foods take more energy to chew and digest, and cold foods also take more energy and time to digest because the body needs to heat it up. So I think this diet is all about getting nutrient-dense foods into the body at an optimal temperature so that they're easily absorbed and the body can use its energy to do other more important things such as healing. Breastfeeding was the thing I was most worried about. I knew I would get through labor and delivery one way or another, but I wasn't sure if I would be able to breastfeed, and that was something I personally really wanted to do. Along with preparing special foods to facilitate milk production, Carol also taught me proper latching and holding techniques, gave me breast massages.
It's like blocked?
Yeah. Because baby, the mouth lock, the shape not good.
I'm sweating.
I know.
You can feel.
Yeah.
I didn't sweat during labor.
Yes.
You know, I push him out, no sweat. I keep my
Oh.
makeup perfect.
Okay.
But now you do this, I'm actually, there's a bead of sweat on my forehead.
You know, if he is fall, very painful, and then some husband to sucking.
The husband?
Yeah.
What?
Because the baby cannot suck well, and then that time you get painful and fever, the husband can help you. Yeah. Okay, can you move the slide?
We decided on supplementing with formula at first, and I would breastfeed as well as pump in between to get my supply up during the day, and then I would also pump at night.
But I'm gonna pump through the night. I pump and then Carol feeds the baby. So I just pump and then I go back to sleep.
I have one more week of this and then Carol's gone, so I'm gonna try and get as much rest as I can.
I think if Carol wasn't with me, I probably would have given up on breastfeeding. It was really hard and it took a long time for my milk to come in. And during that time, I felt so discouraged. I was producing barely anything and didn't know if it was gonna happen for me, but Carol kept reassuring me that it will come, and it finally did at the 3-week mark. I finally started producing enough to feed my son, and I was so excited.
Yeah, so much more now, and so much more smooth. Getting more weight. Woohoo! Everyone clap!
Yeah.
Everybody clap! Whoa, 120 with just one side. My best yet.
In the past, bathing was completely restricted during confinement. This was a long time ago. There definitely wasn't any instant showers around. There probably wasn't even a lot of indoor showers, no towels, no heaters, or any of the electronic gadgets that we have today. Nowadays, it is definitely permitted and encouraged to have good hygiene. I am ready to take my first confinement shower, and I am not allowed to use just regular water. I have to bathe in ginger water. Carol would prepare a big pot of this every morning.
So this is the ginger water. All of the ingredients are inside of this giant tea bag.
It's this. So 3 kind of herbs.
Yeah.
Dry ginger skin.
Yeah.
And this one is 茶辣, 桂枝. You can feel your body get very
Less water.
light, not heavy. Oh, like that. Yeah, you feel relaxed.
Interesting. She would pour the hot liquid into a bucket and bring that bucket into my shower. I was to use this portable shower head to shower my body.
Okay,
yeah, just
like that. Okay.
Can't lick my legs and feet today. The first time I did it, I looked like a lobster. My body went completely red. It was kind of scary. I thought I was allergic to it.
I can feel it tingling inside.
Wow. Here's my arm for comparison. So red. But then the more I did it, the less red I got, and the more I got used to it and even into it.
I'm on day 14 of ginger baths.
I find doing them at night is really warming and soothing, so I'm really into them now. 2 white towels were sacrificed in my postpartum journey. Ugh. Similar to the no bathing rule, in the past it was not advised to wash your hair. One of the rules of confinement I heard was you weren't allowed to wash your hair for like a month, which I was actually very excited for because I hate washing my hair. But turns out Carol is more, you incorporate traditional methods, but you apply them to the modern day more, I would say. So because we have heating in our house, we have hair dryers, I am allowed to wash my hair as long as I don't have the air conditioning on and I dry it right away so that I don't have any dampness or coldness around me. Correct?
Yeah, right.
Shoot, I didn't want to. Now I have no excuse. When I did my first hair wash, I ended up getting the ginger water in my eyes and it burned like crazy. So Carol started to wash my hair for me, but I couldn't go fully naked. She could squeeze my boobs, but she could not see me fully naked. I don't know why. So I resorted to wearing a towel and we got the job done.
You know, in Chinese traditional, when they do a confinement before cut the hair,
Yeah, I heard this.
Everyone. Depends on cut March or next.
But some.
Yeah.
My hair is fighting back.
It's so long and so much.
It's your sesame seeds. The traditional practice of wrapping the belly post-childbirth is an ancient art implemented in Asia, Africa, Europe, and Latin America. Today we are starting the wrapping. I still have a uterus. I would say I look about 4 months pregnant right now. I actually thought that after I given birth, my stomach would pretty much go away. Not completely disappear, but it would go down pretty quickly. I was very wrong. So this is how it went down. I would first take a ginger bath, and then Carol would do a body massage to stimulate circulation, and then she would rub this hot stone on my stomach, and then she would begin the wrapping.
Okay.
I feel like a true mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a mommy, but a mommy.
Yeah, mommy. Yeah, you're mommy.
That was a mom joke.
Yeah.
She would do this first layer of wrapping with this very breathable, flexible cotton, followed by another round of a tighter, knotted technique. This one feels more like a bed sheet. It's a bit different.
Different.
It's cotton too.
Cotton. And this one is Malaysia.
The method that's popular in Hong Kong right now is called Bangkong, and it's adopted from Malaysian cultural practices. Oh my god. Whoa, it's so beautiful actually. The folding. The point of this belly wrapping is not to bounce back. It's done to heal the abdominal muscle wall, support the core, back, and pelvic floor, help overall posture, and aid in placing the organs and stretched out skin back in place. It's tight, but not unbearable. I can still sit down. There's still there's some give to it. But I feel very secure. It like hugs me in nice and tightly. Usually when I'm walking around, it kind of feels like my organs are kind of floating, or everything just feels very wavy and loose. But right now it feels very held together. I feel good. I feel comfy. I feel secure. I feel ready for the day. I have been slouching even more because of breastfeeding. I tend to want to go like this, and everything is really heavy right here, so my back is just, it's been really bad. So this forces me to sit up straight, and I like that too. I did only the first layer for 7 days, and then I did the 2 layers together, I think for 10 days. So I did a total of 17 days of wrapping, but sometimes I would take a day off from it here or there, and I would wear it for 6 to 8 hours a day. So this is what my stomach looked like at the very beginning, and this is what my stomach looked like at the end. I've completed my wrapping course. Here are the results. I can definitely feel my abs now. I can flex them again. They have come back together. I feel like everything is in place. I feel great. My son was so well taken care of. He always had someone there when he needed them, and my husband and I were able to learn so much. Everything from how to feed him to hygiene, toys he could play with, ways that we could settle him. And it's really up to the mother for how hands-on she wants to be. If she wants to do every single feeding and diaper change and rocking back to sleep and playing, everything, she can. Or if she wants to take breaks every now and then she can. And then there's just so many different things that happen to a newborn, like different rashes and poo colors and things that look strange. So it was really nice to have a professional there that I could ask all these questions to, or else I would have drove the doctors crazy with millions of questions. Yeah, overall I was just always very reassured every step of the way, and that was really comforting. The end of the month marked our full moon, which is a celebration for the mother and baby with their family and friends. Today is my full moon. You can come in. Like this.
showing them my outfit because this is my look for this morning. Covered in Fit Up for my son. It's also in my hair. And we're gonna transform. That morning also marked my last ginger bath, and this time it was an extra special one. I was to use these pomelo leaves.
Yeah, I will put in the ginger water inside.
Oh, inside.
Everything is fresh.
Fresh and clean. And
Yeah,
new.
fresh and clean and get good luck.
This is for good luck.
Yeah.
For my new beginning.
Yeah.
I kind of like the ginger baths now.
No. Okay, and then say goodbye now.
They actually make you feel really warm and like comforted, and it smells like Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ginger. So
Yeah.
I don't know, I kind of like them now.
Okay.
Okay. The custom came from ancient Chinese culture when infant mortality was high. So if the baby survived the first month, it was probable that they were going to survive into adulthood, and a big party was thrown.
You getting full moon today. You getting bigger already. Yay, 1 month old. Yay, 1 month old.
Congratulations, bye! Today, banquets are held where guests are treated to traditional foods such as ginger pork knuckles and red eggs. But since our families weren't in Hong Kong and the COVID situation wasn't good, our banquet was more of like a small family lunch that Carol carefully prepared.
Actually, long time ago we used some powder vinegar to make it red.
Oh.
But that kind of powder is not good for the body.
Oh.
And this one, meaning is that get more stronger hair.
Oh. And longer life, right?
Yeah, longer life. Because so many, you see.
This is for hair.
Yeah, like the hair is so much.
What do you think of your feast? You will get through breast milk later. Gonna enjoy this.
Did you explain the eggs?
The color red is associated with luck and happiness, and the egg is a symbol of a smooth life. Then that night, we got to have a dinner of my choosing. Outside. I am outside. I'm just getting food, so it's just gonna be for 5 minutes, but I'm outside. I decided to grab all the foods I was missing either during pregnancy or confinement, and this is what our dinner ended up looking like. Happy 1 month to
There's so many.
Happy 1 month.
1 month.
So we were finished confinement. Was I your first Caucasian mom?
Yeah, yes. In my experience, yes.
Yeah, but you have a bunch after me. I think you have some clients after
Yeah,
me.
I have more 2 clients later.
Yeah.
It's Western people also.
So it's becoming more popular with the Western people living in Hong Kong?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why do you think that?
I think maybe they live in Hong Kong long time, and then they interesting why the Chinese people during the confinement month they will do a lot, and maybe after born the baby they care the body to recover well, and then eat
But
more.
not bounce back, not lose weight quickly, get back to work, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't go out and your body totally to get
Heal.
the time to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think that makes a difference later in life?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because in Hong Kong, I can see a lot of old people is over 100 already.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're still very active.
Yeah,
going
and
to the park, supermarket, going up the
The
stairs.
eyes good, the ear is good, everything is good. They can also they can walk, so their body is very stronger.
Yeah,
I
so
think, yeah.
in Chinese culture, taking care of your body, drinking a lot of soups and teas, and eating healthy foods that have good medicinal properties may have something to do with the way people age.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I can see it. I'm not sure of the benefits of this method versus other ways of handling postpartum, but I can say that I feel very relaxed and empowered and just
very well equipped to handle anything either mentally or physically that comes my way to do with parenting. Some takeaways I got are I now eat less cold foods. Don't get me wrong, I love my smoothies and salads and fruit and ice cream. I started eating all of those things pretty much right away. Actually, Carol brought me a watermelon when she came to visit me herself. But I am eating less. I used to eat a lot of them all day long, so now I try to have a bit more of a balance, and I will especially remember this when I'm sick or trying to recover from something. I liked how I felt. I liked the taste of all the foods. I liked what it was doing for me. Like, my skin was really clear, my hair was shining.
Never seen my hair shine quite like this. I think it's the foods.
A lot of the meals Carol prepared we actually put into our weekly rotation at home. I learned a lot of really tasty local like family style dishes. I also got a lot of great baby tips, and I gained a good friend.
Carol is also working for Rosie.
I'm still in touch with Carol. She's come over for visits and we FaceTime sometimes, or whenever I have a question or concern, I can just shoot her a message and she always gets back to me. How do you feel? You're leaving tomorrow's your last day.
If I'm teacher, she is a very good student.
I pass.
Yeah, you get 100%.
100%.
Because you follow, but everything you will ask why I follow, and then I explain to you, you accept. Okay, I follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me it was important to understand why or where that was coming from, because that's the reason why I wanted to do all this. I wanted to learn more and fully understand, and then try and then formulate my own opinion. I expected for it to be hard to say goodbye, but I didn't expect for the sense of grief to wash over me. I really felt like I was losing a family member or a close friend.
I have a little gift for you.
Why? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I wish you. Hot. Maybe treasure someone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Daughter-in-law. Daughter-in-law.
Online.
You are my grandson, okay? I will come.
Okay.
Yeah. Rosie. Yeah, I will come. Oh.
Carol just left, and I was not prepared for the flood of emotions that just overcame me instantly when I was saying bye. It went by so fast. She's with me during my most vulnerable, emotional, unsure times, so it made just such a big difference to have her support and advice and her kindness and just being able to share laughs. I'm nervous. I feel ready, but also nervous. I hope I can do a good job. I've learned a lot. But yeah, today's when I guess the real challenge begins. Everything is gonna be fine though. I feel ready. I've learned a lot. She's taught me a lot. She's prepared me before she left. Yeah, I feel good. Just sad to see her go.
Would I do this again? Absolutely yes. I had never heard of this custom before coming to Hong Kong, but now that I've experienced it, I don't think there's any way I could go back. I would love to know your thoughts on this. Would you try Chinese confinement? Would you try some of the aspects and not the others? Is there any special postpartum services or practices that you do in your culture or in your country? Let me know below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye!